And I don't know if I can for the day.
That's fair.
I wish I could. I wanted to, but I had everyone get on late because of Christmas, so everyone stayed on later than normal. I was
Yeah.
hoping that I was going to be able to hop in with you guys right when I joined, but
No, that's fair. And then yeah,
it's
but
all
then you
good.
put me on a tangent of like, hey, what do you think
You're
about this?
welcome.
What do you think
You're
about this
welcome.
bullshit? That's well,
I
here's
mean,
what
it's
I
because if I'm being honest, if I'm going to make a comment about it, who's someone that's not really doing anything, it's something that should be said. It's like, dude,
yeah.
this is ridiculous, man. Like
And
some of these skins at this point, like they're just making a mockery of things.
yeah, and like here's the thing too, right? Like my zombies videos have been going insane. Like the one comment that I got was, "Hey, these videos are too long." And I went, "Well, it's long form fucking format, so figure it out, chief." Like you and 200 other people watch this video. What does that mean?
Right.
And you were the one person that said something. So, does that mean 200 people disagree with you because they didn't say, "Hey man, like this video is way too long"? Or does that mean 200 people are like, "Nah, shit was hilarious."
Right.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, like the the views on shorts are amazing, honestly, and like 90% of that I have to say thanks to you, because some of the shit that you says is like so fucking out of pocket. It's hilarious. Like the
Uh,
the one that I posted yesterday about the smoke, and you're like, well, apparently this guy can see through the smoke, and he needs to stop being a homo. Like, fucking. Because one of my requirements for my shorts is like, and this is the requirement. Like, if this does not happen, the short does not get made, or the short does not get posted, and it has to make me laugh. And I hate watching my own content, period. Like, that's why on the original channel, all the videos went up unedited, because I hated watching myself. And then to do short form, I have to watch it over and over and over and over again to get the subtitles right. And if it keeps making me laugh, I'm like, this is hilarious. I can't wait to post this and share this with more people. Because, like, yeah, somebody might have caught it during the stream, but if they watch this, if this hits 1,600, 1,900, 2,400 views, that means more people are going to tune in for the stream for those dumbass moments.
right.
And like the one that I posted today, I think for 4 o'clock, hit 1,900 views in like the first couple hours, and it was Greg just going, "I hear a grenade launcher, and I can feel that it's JJ." And I'm laying on the ground watching him shoot the grenade launcher, and I go, "It is." Like like that made me fucking die, because I was like, it's perfectly dry humor of, I hear a thump, and I think it's us, and it's like, it's 100% us going thump.
Right.
Or like the one that just went live um at 8:15, like it was something that I said, and I was playing zombies solo, and those very rarely get made into shorts. There's a bunch of them just sitting in shorts footage folder in the to edit folder, and I'm like, nah, it wasn't that good. It wasn't informational at all. Like, I provided no information for players, and it did not make me laugh. Now, like, no, it's not going to be a short. This one, like, I couldn't stop laughing while I was editing it, because it's me looking for a tactical, and I open a computer. I'm like, why the fuck would there be a tactical in there? Like, what? Like, why am I retarded? And then I keep going, and I kill a zombie, and it drops a tactical, but it's the self heal thing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, I mean that is a tactical. I wasn't specific. That's on me. Like, because I had to get kills while zombies are affected by your tactical.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that is a tactical. That's not going to affect zombies. That's on me. I didn't specify what I needed. That's my fault. Like I couldn't stop laughing at my own expression and like just the dryness of the humor of like what like it's like that Louis C.K. bit that I absolutely fucking love of a like the glass half full person, an optimist. He's like, if you're an optimist, it means that you're stupid. Basically, it means that you're stupid. Like, hey, maybe something nice will happen. Why the fuck would anything nice ever happen? Like that kills me every time that I hear it. And that's like again, I'm like that kind of played through my head as I opened the computer. I'm like, that's a computer. Why the fuck would there be a tactical grenade in the computer? And I fucking just leave it. It's that kind of humor that just fucking kills me every time, and I love it. Oh,
Mm.
okay. So I have to get 400 something kills with this goddamn gun, and I hate it. Or no, I'm sorry. I need to get 300 goddamn kills. 287. That's still a lot. And then I have to buy a wall weapon and get kills with that too. Goddamn. I mean, do you want to play multiplayer? I'd be down for some multiplayer right now. Or did you quit out of God?
It got minimized.
That's fine. Again, it's one of those things that like for some reason like Greg popped in here for 3 seconds and then fucked off. I don't know what that was all about.
Right.
And then JJ was in here. Was like, "Oh, are you in a game?" And I was like, "Yes." And then he fucked off. And then you popped in here. And then you fucked off.
Yeah. I'm fucking off.
Oh.
Fucking shit, dude.
Hmm.
Just been a lot this week. We've done a lot of shit.
Hmm.
Obviously, with today being Paige's birthday and everything, we've just had a lot of
She's
things
a
we've had to
Christmas
check
baby?
off. Yeah.
That's nuts. What a shitty birthday. To have Christmas and your birthday, and people are like, well, you get 2 presents.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
And of course, she had to work today too, so
What?
that did not give her any
Oh, that
positive
sucks.
solace.
I mean,
So
tell her I
it's
said
just
happy birthday, obviously,
for
and
sure, for
let
sure.
let her know that that is special because I don't say happy birthday to anyone
For sure.
unless I see them in person. Like, have you ever noticed that I don't post on like anybody's wall that I'm like, "Hey, happy birthday"? I never do that for anyone.
Right.
Like the other day was JJ's birthday. I told him happy birthday because I talked to him. But I don't fucking say happy birthday to anyone on Facebook. I don't send them a text. When people send me texts, I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Because I hate my birthday. Like I always have.
Right.
And like another question I have is, what is with the Dune stuff being in here?
I don't know. I actually have no clue. There's no words to explain why they gave us that as an event. No words to explain why out of nowhere they gave us two fucking options in the store for it.
I mean,
I
like
didn't think that that
the
show
movie
or
is
movie
coming
or
out.
anything was that good, but or that much of a hype to be about, but
Yeah,
they evidently did.
like the Dune Part 2 movie is coming out, and that should have been your fucking clue right there, Call of Duty, is that it's the same title, Part 2. You know why there's a Part 2? Because Part 1 was so fucking long and boring that they were like, hey, we gotta make a second one with all the stuff in it. Like, I watched the entire thing. Like, and I mean watched. Like, I spent a whole day watching movies on Netflix. So I was like, I've never seen this movie. I'm gonna watch it. And it was a lot of like weird sci-fi movies.
Right.
It was like this, Ender's Game, uh, some. I think I've seen Ender's Game before, but I just didn't remember it. And then like some, I can't fucking remember that one. but I watched the entire thing, like, not like, oh, it's on and I'm on my phone, but like I watched the entire thing. I put my phone, like, it was in this room while I was watching it, and I was like, there is nothing happening in this movie. Like,
Right.
this movie is boring as shit. It is people talking for 3 hours. What? And the fucking kid at work is like, Dune's a great movie. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, well, have you read the book? And I'm like, if a movie about people talking for 3 hours isn't good, why would you think I would enjoy the book?
Right.
Like, that, he's like, no, it's not just about people talking. He's like, you have to actually watch the movie. I was like, I did. I was like, I sat and watched the entire thing. Holy fuck, was it boring. He's like, it's not boring. I was like, I'm telling you, the movie was boring. By the way, this is a kid that this is a kid that up until recently, granted he's 25. I kind of wish JJ was in here so I could ask him. He had never seen Forrest Gump.
Right.
Like, up until like maybe a month ago. 25 years of life, never watched Forrest Gump. And then he went home, like, we gave him enough shit about it that he went home and watched it. Like, and I mean everybody. Like, customers were like, you've never seen Forrest Gump? What the fuck is wrong with you? And then he went home and he watched it. He was like, oh, it was like a 7 out of 10. I was like, that's great. Like, that's a great movie. He's like, yeah, but it wasn't, as great as you guys said. I was like, yes, it is. Like, it's a movie about a mentally challenged guy that becomes a war hero, meets the president, like, stops a bunch of shit, and fucking, like, meets all these important characters throughout history, and then marries a whore. Like, that, like, fucking perfect movie.
Right.
Like, zero fat is on that movie. Well, I mean, except for, like, Jenna's parts, because I didn't give a shit about her. But great movie. Phenomenal movie. Like, becomes best friends with a black man, loses him in Vietnam, cries over his death, goes and meets his mother to talk to her about, the deal that they had in Vietnam, keeps up his end of the bargain, invests in Apple. Like, dude, there's so much shit going on and you didn't like the movie? Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Mm.
These goddamn Zoomers or whatever the fuck they are now. Oh, this is another one of the... Okay, so you went with the zombies theme again, kind of, for Blitzed. Or is that just like a weird animal theme? Yeah, it's just a weird animal theme. Well, guess what has weird animals in it? Fucking zombies, and you included nothing for zombies. It's nuts. How have you liked Warzone?
I fucking love it.
Yeah? Is it at, like,
I think it's amazing. That's
better than Warzone 2?
Oh, fuck yeah. Leaps and bounds.
Okay.
Leaps and bounds.
Did you play a lot of Warzone 2, or did you play...
Oh, yeah.
Or did you play the... What was the other mode in 2?
I played a lot of both, Resurgence and Warzone 2.
No, not Resurgence. The other DMZ.
Oh, fuck no, I didn't play any DMZ.
Okay. Because so I was watching a podcast with Milo and Stod. Milo is Mr. Raffle Waffles. Stod is Stoda, who posts, like, Battlefield sniping and then Warzone sniping. And he made this comment that, like, I don't think was connected to the Call of Duty community in any way whatsoever. Like, he was like, oh, we played Warzone, it was great. Then we played Warzone 2, and it was terrible. So we all went to DMZ. And I was like, I don't think that's what happened. Because there were, like, Warzone 2 was still a super popular game. Granted, it could be because it was free. Whatever. But the only people that I ever saw go to DMZ were streamers. Like, big name streamers that were, like, tired of getting stream sniped, tired of getting, like, shit on by the kids that are actually better than them at Warzone. Or
Right.
cheaters. Like, I know cheaters were kind of a big thing in,
Rampant.
yeah, but the only people I ever saw go to DMZ from Warzone were content creators because they just couldn't handle Warzone 2. Like they just couldn't handle other players in Warzone 2.
Right.
And now that this Warzone is out, they're like, "Oh no, it's amazing. It's so much better." What is the difference between this one and Warzone 2?
I mean, movement is back. The game feels fucking great. First off,
Okay.
um, second, it's not impossible to get loadouts. I feel like that is a huge plus. Looting is fucking 10 times better. It's not perfect. It's not what we like. It's not what we wished we had like we used to, but it's better than it was before. Um, I don't know. I mean, just in general, everything does feel a lot better. That's just me though. I think there's a lot of things.
What do you mean by feels better though?
Like
Like
the old game felt clunky. Like it was just like
like
stuff did not feel
bullets
smooth.
are
Like
connecting when you're shooting at somebody, like trying to
I mean,
mantle on top of shit
well,
is
that's got
actually
fixed because of
mantling.
that's all got fixed because when they started doing the integration for like um the what is it, boots or gloves or whatever makes you mantle in multiplayer faster. That's like something you automatically get in Warzone. So like none of that's a fucking nightmare. You just choop 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 open over shit. You zip
Okay.
up fucking ladders nice and quick. Like there's none of that slow like sluggish stuff where like at one point in the old game you feel like you were moving real nice and then the next thing you know you're in quicksand. Like that does not feel like it used to be.
Okay. I mean,
Reloading while sprinting is fucking insane.
do you have like the latency and the packet loss thing on your screen when you're playing?
Yeah, I think so.
So like the latency, like 0 milliseconds, packet loss 0%. Like that's what mine's at right now because I'm just sitting in a menu.
Right.
So like, have you noticed that like spike at all, or is it pretty consistent
If
throughout the game?
I'm being honest, man, I don't pay attention to that when I'm in a Warzone game.
Okay. I like
Things matter way too much for me. That's why I think I play this game. If I'm playing multiplayer and I'm not playing search, there's no reason for me to be playing. If I'm not getting a nuke or a swarm or possibly getting a nuke or a swarm, there's no reason for me to play, I guess. Like
okay.
if I don't know, I just if this game isn't doing something for me, like it doesn't mean something. My life in the game doesn't mean something. Like I don't know. As soon as and since once again there's guns that are broken that I can't get camos for, like there's a big turn off for me. It's hard for me to continue to wanna.
Oh, is that why? Like, yeah, because you didn't get the whatchamacallit, did you?
Storm Mender's still broken. Can't get in Interstellar. The fact
Okay.
that you can't use the um aftermarket parts kit on the tier sucks.
That's that's like everywhere though. Like that's just a bug
So,
in like the whole game.
but I don't
Because
know. Like I
like
said, that's just my thought. Like,
Dismo made a video about that earlier or yesterday or whatever, and I watched that, and he led the video with a collateral through a door on Skid Row, and I was like, that was fucking nuts. That's what it does to this gun. That's insane. No, he was using a regular sniper,
right,
but like he cut the screen that you couldn't see what gun he was using.
right.
So I was kind of like,
Clickbait.
oh shit, like that was awesome. Like if that's what this does to this gun, like I'm gonna use it, and I'll go back to multiplayer because that's just fucking hilarious. That you're out sniping people with a revolver, that you're punching through doors. Like
Right.
that's awesome. That's great. No, like that But I mean, yeah, that being broken is annoying. Granted, I don't think that's also the right kit for that weapon. If I'm 100% honest, a rifle
There could
kit.
be betters. There could be betters.
Well, no, like it's literally like a slightly longer barrel. I think is all that it is, right? Like if like when I
I
looked
don't
at
know.
it, I think it was just a slightly longer barrel.
We just have to see what it does to the gun.
Yeah, absolutely. But like the smoke maker literally looks like that. Or
Yeah.
my build for it is it's literally the smoke maker. That's it. But like I don't think it increases rate of fire. maybe bullet velocity and damage at range, but like that's it. Like I could see that that's what it does. I would prefer, and again, this is because we've been so long without one in Call of Duty, and I miss the Python so fucking much.
Mm.
Is I want it to turn the revolver like almost fully automatic. Like just how fast you click is how fast you shoot. Like I miss having fast firing revolvers. Like, and there's no game now that has one. There just isn't one, and it infuriates me to no end.
Right.
And maybe it's because I watch Jerry Mitchell like all the time of like him doing cool shit like that or whatever. But yeah, it literally looks like it adds a stock and a slightly longer barrel, so it just gives you two attachments back, I guess.
Right.
Like that would be what I see from that kit, but I don't know because we can't fucking see it for some reason. Granted, who knows? Dismo brought up a great point about this. He was like, it also, like, because they're not back in the office until the second, like, minimum. That's when they're back. So it could have broken the game for those 2.5 weeks. Yeah, it gives you a stock and a slightly longer barrel. Looking at it now. So it either A, gives you two attachments back, which is great if you're using the revolver like that. But
Right.
if you are, just use a DMR. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that you can't even preview it. I just realized, what the fuck? That probably should have been a clue. But I mean, like you said, like it could have ruined the game for these 2.5 weeks that they're out of office. Like if you put Snake Shot on it, you can all of a sudden like hit people cross map. That would have been infuriating for everybody. Or if you used regular rounds on it, it could have been, granted, that was the most fun that I've had in a Call of Duty ever, was 2019, the AS Val. If you put the regular, or the, what was it, the 10 round mag on it, it could shoot through the entire map. And we only played hardcore, so like literally off the rip, we were just bodying teams. Like shit was absolutely nuts. Like I kind of wish we had a broken gun like that again. Granted, like Zombies is already broken. Oh, it just showed me the what the fuck? Zombies is already broken because JJ and I were in a game, not yesterday, the day before, that I got killed by a player.
Nice.
Like he turned and downed me immediately. And I was like, what just happened to me? Why am I down? What happened? And I'm looking around and I look up and there's a guy just standing above me and there's no name visible and he has a red outline. And I'm like, the fuck? That's weird.
Nice.
And I'm like, JJ, this guy just fucking downed me. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just got downed by a player. He's like, well, that's weird. So I burn a self. I have like 2 extra ones, whatever. And then I look at the map and there are no players on the map. Like 0. Like in Zombies, you can see everybody where they're at, what they're doing, which direction they're facing all the time. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. There's no one on the map. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, look at your map. And he pulls it up. He's like, there are no blue dots anywhere. I'm like, yeah, that's weird. And then I look at tier 3 and there's somebody in there. Obviously there's somebody in tier 3 and they put turret circuits in one of the turrets and it turned red. So I'm like, so if we go over there and we stand by that turret, are we just dead immediately? Like what, like how did they fuck this up? It's a PvE mode. So like I don't want to believe, but I also kind of have to, because what was DMZ? DMZ was a beta. of PvE and PvP. So is that their plan for zombies? Is that once all the zombies players are kind of done with it, they're like, oh, by the way, we're turning this into DMZ now, where you can hunt other players and there's zombies, but mostly you can hunt other players, which again leads me back to that argument of the only people that I saw leave Warzone were content creators that were hunting other players in DMZ.
Right.
And it wasn't until that happened that PvP became much more prevalent in the DMZ mode. Because we played it a couple times. I remember we played it with Miguel and stuff like that. He's like, hey, there's a squad over there. Do you want to go fight them? And I said, no, I don't, because there's no reason to. They're over there. Why would we fight them? That makes no sense. Because if we die, we lose the stuff that we just looted. And he's like, well, yeah, but that's what you do in Warzone. I went, yeah, but this isn't Warzone. I was like, we can go play Warzone, sure, but this isn't Warzone. This is PvE, and then if you want to fight another squad, you can, but you don't have to. And
Right.
he was like, huh. And then I remember they made DMZ the mode that you could constantly bank those token things when they had like the token unlock event or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went to go do that because, oh, like these certain enemies have a chance of dropping minimum 2 tokens. And if 5 of them spawn, you get 10 tokens, you bank them, you know, or you can leave right away. And I found a spot where those guys spawn. I was like, oh, this is all. I found a spot. Now I just have to go find a bank somewhere. And I literally killed 4 AI enemies, got 8 tokens, turned around to like run away and find somewhere to hide so that way I could look at the map and find out where the bank was. And I immediately got killed by another player. And I came over the mic. I was like, there was 0 reason to do that. Like, I have nothing for you. And there was literally no reason to shoot me. Like, I didn't even know you were here.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but you had tokens. I was like, so invite me to your squad and I will drop you some. And he was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah. And now I am dead. My game is over. And you got nothing out of this interaction. He's like, well, I get your tokens when you die. And then he got killed by AI. And I went, how did that work out for you? He was like, yeah. He's like, I didn't even realize that I could have just invited you to the squad. I was like,
right.
Can you do that in Warzone or no?
No.
Okay, so there is like, that's in Zombies DMZ thing, and that was it. That's not even a thing anymore.
Yep.
Is there still the like proximity chat though?
Yes.
Okay. Because I remember that was like the huge thing for Warzone 2. Was like now with proximity chat, so you can talk shit while you're getting murdered or whatever.
Yep.
So I'm glad that they brought that back. I mean, that's like, granted, my comms doesn't work at all, apparently, in game. I can neither hear people that I'm in a party with, or if I join a party in game, I can't hear them. Because I hear JJ talk shit all the time at the end of games.
Right.
But I've joined several parties that were gonna go like to the Dark Aether or do the boss worm fight. Because I was just on at 2:00 in the morning and they're like, hey, does anybody want to do this? And I'm like, no, not really. And then the game like forcibly shoves a ray gun down my throat. And I'm like, well, now I guess I have to because I have a ray gun.
Right.
Or like it's giving me the Scorcher. I don't even know at this point, like 10, 15 times. And I always give it to JJ. And he's like, why do you give this to me? And I was like, because I don't like it. I don't want it. And he's like, okay. And then he just fucking blasts off into the sky and flies away. I love that I haven't literally gone into a game in half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Probably about 50 minutes at this point. Because you jumped in here and were like, what do you think of the Ethereum skin? And I was like, okay, here we go.
It's time to be angry.
And then you're like, all right, now what do you think about the Hades skin? I'm like, ooh, autism in full effect. And yeah. Like, cause I think it was Adam that set me off on the Ares skin. Like, I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't think much of it. And then he jumped into a game with us and immediately was like, TJ, what do you think of the Ares skin? And I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to take a closer look. And I take that closer look and I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is not okay. This is an insult to this religion. And like, just ripped it the fuck apart. Some of the other stuff is cool, like this ecstatic entropy mastercraft thing. It's awesome. Do more shit like that because it's cool. But don't push stuff based on religions. That's weird.
Right.
Like, yeah, a lot of people now don't see like this Mythmaker thing. Like, this is very obviously a Norse Valkyrie. To just call it a myth when there are people that are like Norse centric or whatever the fuck you call somebody that believes in the Norse religions, like, that's super insulting to that religion. Like, I personally don't like the skins based on the Greek, and I'll use the word mythology. I don't like them because that's my religion. Like, make a Jesus Christ skin and see what happens.
Right.
See if you don't get just, for lack of a better word, fucking crucified by the church at large of being like, this is sacrilegious. This is not okay. This is an insult to our religion. Yes, we touch those little boys, but this is not okay. Like, very obviously, like, that's what's going to happen. Or do more stuff like this GG Easy Weapon Vault thing. Do those, because that's awesome. Make it towards like, hey, you get these 3 guns, and the blueprint skin applies to every single thing on the gun. Awesome. Great idea. Granted, I had that idea in 2019, but great idea. Do that. Do more of that. Or the other idea that I had in 2019 in Call of Duty, feel free to take this. I'm more than okay with it. Do the same thing as the GG Easy Weapon Vault thing. You make it 2,400 COD points. You make it apply to guns of the same, like, name, I guess, is kind of what you did here. Or of, like, the same, like, body base. And you do the tracers. So instead of getting... Right. Instead of getting this where you get the blueprint to everything, because, I mean, like, maybe you make it part of the magazine or the bullet blueprint, that would be fine. Like, you make it use an attachment slot, and you make it use the bullet, because most of the ammo types are fucking useless in this game anyway. And no, I don't think anybody I don't know if you guys use them in Warzone, do you?
No, there's no ammo or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I like for actual weapons attachments.
Yeah, like
So, like for the sniper, the cat, like you use ammunition for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes for SMGs you'll use them.
Like
it just depends. They come in and out of meta, really.
Yeah, like what was it, Warzone 1, the ammo type that did crippling. That broke the game for like a month and a half because everybody was shooting everybody in the legs so nobody could run away. And it was a huge problem, apparently.
Right.
I think it got overshadowed by the snake shot thing. But at the very beginning, like, that crippling ammo, like, completely made the game unplayable because nobody could move. Like, as soon as you got your loadout and you saw somebody, you immediately shot them in the legs, and then they were just, like, slow motion running.
Right.
For, like, and it wasn't even, oh, it slows people down to, no, the effect lasted too long, I think, was the issue. Instead of, like, 2 seconds, right, it was set to 2 minutes. And so even if you killed that team, you were still affected by not being able to move, which was insane. And then they were like, put Snake Shot in the game, make it super overpowered. And like that broke the game for a solid 2 months minimum. And now apparently that's back in this Warzone too.
What the
The snake shot.
uh they broke it, or they pretty well nerfed it pretty quick. I don't think it's that. I
Okay.
haven't seen anyone
I
using it again.
I saw one clip of a guy bodying two teams back to back. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, this is two separate clips from two. No, I mean like there was a team at a loadout. He killed all three of them, and then he ran 15 feet to another team at a loadout and killed all four of them. And I don't think he reloaded. And I was like, there's no fucking shot that this is broken again. And I was like, and if they nerf it for MW3, that's going to suck because it's super powerful in zombies. Which, again, is not a problem, developers. For
Right.
me, the player, to be more powerful than zombies is fine. That's why I want the what the fuck am I? The crafting times to be lower. That's why I want, you know, stuff like that to be faster. Because me as the
Right.
player being absolutely just godlike in tier 1 is fun to me. It's funny. I think it's great that I can just mow down fucking everything, no problem. Especially if I'm not there to do contracts, which 99% of the time I am not. Because I don't care. Because the only thing that contracts give me is money a little bit faster and more stuff towards finishing these daily challenge things. But I'm about to get the full caliber thing. I'm at 48 out of 60. I'm okay with not getting that done super fast.
There you
All right.
go.
Okay. All right, man. I took enough of your time, and you sound like you're about ready to pass the fuck out.
Nah, yeah, I'm there for
Okay.
sure. This long weekend's fucked me up.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been nothing but craziness. My buddy's wife, her birthday is the 23rd, so
Mm-hmm.
we had celebration stuff for her, and then we had family stuff yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
then obviously Christmas and extra shit today. So it's just been like a nonstop.
And then Paige had to
So
go to work tonight, so
yep,
yeah, that sucks that she had to work on her birthday. That sucks.
right.
I'm very sorry to hear that. But B, like, to work on, granted she's a nurse basically, right?
She works in the lab, so she like runs all the tests for patients that have blood drawn and shit like
Okay,
that
so
done.
it is a very important job. Like,
Right.
she has to be there because she's probably one of what, 4 techs that work in the lab.
Should be, and she's more like one of at any, like, literally, like, she should have more than one person working in the lab at her, but they just leave it to her.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know what
J-
else sucks?
What?
Vacuums.
Where the fuck have you been? Like,
Open.
okay, that's fair actually. JJ, get in the Discord. Are you jumping on, Kevin, or no?
Yeah. As long as this bitch will load.
See, this is why I don't like other people being party leader, because they're just like, we're going, and I'm like, no, we're not. Hold on.
Going where?
And now Greg is on. Like, what the fuck is happening? Where did all of you people go and then come from?
And the woodwork.
And then Cotton Eye Joe.
Dun.
Oh,
Be
JJ,
honest, I was beating my shit.
I do have a question for you. And this is actually an important question. Have you seen the movie Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
He's like 12.
I know, this is proving my point that I had with Josh during our 43-minute podcast. The kid at work is 25, and he has just watched Forrest Gump like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
I mean, that's what happens when they make a documentary about your life.
Yeah, no, I've watched that shit a lot.
And what do you think of the movie? Like, obviously, if you watched it a lot, you enjoyed it. But like,
Yeah, I like it.
okay.
Yeah,
He was
9 out.
like,
Forrest
like,
is a cuck.
it okay. I was like, you can like, I'm talking when he said he didn't watch it. Customers came in the store and were like, "What the fuck do you mean you haven't seen Forrest Gump? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Wait, what the fuck is this? The purple fucking pack? Why is
Yeah,
there nothing for zombies in there?
yeah, there is.
Is there? I didn't see. Okay,
It's a-
I
Later,
can't hear you guys
peeps.
still.
All right, talk to you later.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
Bye.
Greg, are you getting on or?
Yes, I'm in here, but I cannot join.
It's
Because
because
we're
we
in
have
zombies right now.
yeah, we have 3 for zombies, so I guess we're going to multiplayer.
Oh, okay, never mind. You play zombies.
Oh yeah,
No.
we have we're coming to you.
No.
That and also JJ, get the fuck in the Discord. God damn it.
JJ wasn't here.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to play multiplayer, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, Kevin.
What?
Play the goddamn game.
Get over it.
Level 48, and I'm 179.
Yeah.
90.
And we got the game on fucking like 2 days apart.
That's very true.
Do you guys want to do shipsmiths or?
Brandon, what level was JJ?
I don't know. Fucking
100
higher than me.
157. He was like 98, and I was level 109. And then I showed him like the camo grinding thing that I did, and he was like, "Is this why you're such a high level?" And I went, "No, this is why my weapons are done though. Like this is why all of my weapons are leveled up. Like I have, I think 2 weapons still that are not leveled up, and it's weapons that, I mean, honestly, they should be done by now. They're not.
And then there's me who really just doesn't care
I mean, that's
about
fair.
my own stuff. I just like playing with the boys, you know?
That's fair. I don't think you told us what we were playing, which is fine.
I fucking asked. Nobody said anything, so I put.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were like, "Hey, what are we doing?" You were like, "Nah, I don't know, fucking sucking dicks in the parking lot."
So it gives you like it gives you a pack 2 one.
Yeah, this was part of what I covered in that like weird podcast